start, sir?
Yes, please start.
Okay. So today, Dr. Kedar sir could not take your lecture, so I think I will cover injectables in infertility for you all. So I have 5 basic drugs that I'm going to be covering. My first drug will be the human menopausal gonadotropin. Then I will be talking to you all about FSH. Then the third preparation that we will be talking about are the GnRH analogs, which will include the leupride and leupride depot. And then I will be talking to you all about the GnRH antagonists, which will include cetrorelix and ganirelix. So these slides are basically made from both your practical as well as theory point of view. And I think even if you all jot down the number of points that I'm going to tell you all for each drug, I think should suffice. Any other questions we will take later, as it is already 10:30 today. So my first topic or first drug is human menopausal gonadotropin. Now, just as an example, if you all can see, I have got you all just for your understanding, but then depending upon your institute, the brand name of each drug is going to be different. The dosage of the drug that is kept there is going to be different. So before answering, especially in your viva, I think you need to hold the drug in your hand for 1 minute, look at the drug content, look at the drug dosage, and then start answering. So the drugs which we commonly use, so I've just kept one as an example for you all. So how do you start answering whenever you get a drug which is a human menopausal gonadotropin? So you will say, sir or madam, this is a vial of human menopausal gonadotropin. It may be either 75 or 150 units. So please check before you all are answering this question. It will always contain one powder and one solvent form. Both have to be mixed correctly for ease and potency of administration. And the most important point is all the drugs in infertility, every injectable drug, for that you need to maintain a cold chain because it will ensure efficacy of the drug. So what do you do basically when you get the drug and you give the patient the drug? Say I gave the patient 150 units of HMG today. Now the patient needs to carry home the drug for the next 3 days. So I will give the patient the 3 vials to carry home for the next 3 days. And what will I tell the patient? I will give the patient 1 ice pack and 3 drugs. And these 3 drugs, the patient will have to keep in the fridge, either in the door or in the shelves of the lower fridge, whereas the ice pack has to go on the top, that is in your freezer. And when the patient goes to the doctor again to administer these drugs, the drug again has to be carried over the ice pack to the doctor concerned, and the cold chain over an ice pack is not maintained for more than 4 hours. So remember, if you are practicing somewhere in Bombay and someone is coming to you from say far off states and is staying for more than 4 hours away, they will be unable to maintain the cold chain. And for such patients, you should advise them to come to your clinic every day and take the drug, and not give them the drug to take it by themselves at their place. Okay. So Meenal, is it all okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so now we will go to human menopausal gonadotropin. See, basically this is prepared from the urine of postmenopausal women. So you require at least 10 postmenopausal women to donate their urine to form 1 vial of HMG. Okay. Now, suppose the drug given to you in hand is say a 75 unit drug. You will say that, sir or madam, it contains 75 international units of FSH and 75 units of LH. Both of them are in the ratio of 1:1. Whereas if you are given a 150 in your hand, you will say that it contains 150 of FSH and 150 of LH. That is, again, both are in the ratio of 1:1. And only HMG preparations. Okay, so the diagram that I had shown you previously was an HMG HP preparation, but there are preparations which are only HMG. So these will contain protein substances including small amounts of HCG. So you need to know the difference between all the drugs that are given to you in hand. So if it is a plain HMG, I repeat, it will contain equal amounts of FSH and LH, and it will also contain other protein substances including small amounts of HCG. Now, suppose they give you a vial of HMG HP in hand. Now, HP means highly purified. So if you can see the preparation that I've shown here contains HP. Can they see my pointer, Minal? The
Yes,
cursor, see, yeah. So it contains HP. So just look at whether your preparation is HP or just HMG. Okay. So now suppose the HP is given to you in your hand. Again, you will say it contains 75 units of FSH, 75 units of LH, or 150 units of FSH, 150 units of LH, and it contains less than 5% of urinary proteins. That is why this preparation is known as a highly purified preparation. And all the HMGs are universally administered intramuscularly. Okay. Now, what are the indications or uses of HMG? So HMG can be used in both men as well as women. So in women, what are the indications of using HMG? Now, the first and foremost thing that all of us universally know, that okay, you want to stimulate your patient or you want to start growing their eggs. So the first and foremost indication will be in selected women where you want to stimulate the ovary follicles. Then the second most important indication that we all use it for is something known as a hypogonadotropic hypogonadism. So what does this term mean? See, at your level, you all need to just remember that hypo means you have a decrease in all your hormonal levels. So in this, your FSH as well as LH both are low. So if the follicle has to grow.
hello, ma'am. Ma'am. Hello. Hello. Ma'am, there is no network from your side. Video is paused. Okay, you have to check your network. Yeah. Yes, yes. Hello. सर मॅमचा व्हिडिओ पॉज झालाय, मॅमचा नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लेम आला आहे. तुम्ही येऊ शकता ऑनलाईन काही क्वेश्चनचा आन्सर. हां येस.
Yeah, Meenal, I am online again.
Yes, sir.
Can you see me? I don't know. I can't see anybody.